freebrooklyn.org.
Hey.
Hello.
Anybody hear anything? Oh.
Yeah. Ooh, there it is.
Is that loud?
Close.
I can hear you both.
Okay. Yeah, we
Can
did
you
it.
hear yourself?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. You can control that microphone. You don't have to go to it. It can come to you.
I like to get myself in a weird stance every now and again.
Get in a weird dynamic stance.
You got to warm up with a good little bounce.
Work those glutes.
Yeah.
The seat, the saddle. I don't know what it is.
Always ready to spring.
Yeah. Into action.
Oh,
wow, that's good.
Hey,
test
good
on the
sound
mic.
effect,
Just want
yeah.
to hear how juicy.
really
it is.
good.
How juicy it is. Hey, I'm realizing I sometimes struggle with some back pain. I think I got to dig into my psoas muscle. You heard of that? The psoas?
It's hard to find. It's like very deep within.
It's deep in that psoas.
Yeah.
Braided? It's a braided muscle.
Oh, I think so.
Can you turn down just a little bit?
Yeah.
Maybe everybody
Yeah.
for my ears.
How's
Thank
that?
you. Yeah, that's much better. Thank
Good. Okay. Let me know what you need.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, do a Google, and all kinds of physical therapists on YouTube will want to tell you how to get to your psoas.
Yeah, it starts with a P.
Yeah,
The psoas.
it's crazy.
The psoas is a pain in my psoas. Come on now. It's killing me. This is No Suggestion. I'm Ralph Jean Pierre.
Hey, I'm Aston Hollins.
Yes.
And we have a very special guest this evening, a dear old friend of mine, Mr. Frank Angelini.
Wow, Frank Angelina.
Yeah.
Beautiful name.
It is a beautiful name.
I was
the
actually
glimmer.
thinking of Aston's name on the way here when I read it in an email, but it's a very musical name. Used to love to say your full name at all times.
Yeah,
Was
I've pretty much shortened it professionally.
Yeah.
Taken off the long one at the end.
Like Prince Rogers Nelson's down to just Prince.
Down to just Prince. Yeah.
Very good.
I like my whole name, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of name. Yeah.
What do you feel about carrying the name? Is it Frank or is it short for?
It is Frank.
It is Frank.
And I am actually the third. Frank Alfred Angelini the third.
Wow.
Yeah.
Solid name.
So making all them ghosts proud now.
Yeah. Get that mic up. Get up close to that mic.
My
Frank.
family has a history of dying young.
Oh.
But it won't happen here.
You're doing great.
Not gonna happen
That's
here.
not the suggestion.
Yeah.
Did not die young. I was just listening to a song. One of my favorite songs is a very odd song. It's by James Taylor. It's called Never Die Young.
Can you give us a little sample?
Never grow up, never grow old, never grow up, never grow old, never something, and never die young. Something like that.
It's ringing a bell. I worked in the catering industry, so I have a lot of songs that just blend together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, never grow up, never grow old, never give up, never ever die young.
There you have it.
It's very pretty. I love that. Never die young.
It's solid advice. You get one
Yeah.
chance here.
That's true.
I also just watched Peter and the Starcatcher.
It's a musical?
It's a Peter Pan, Peter and Wendy prequel.
Oh,
Did you enjoy?
I did. It made me shed a tear. It made me reflect on my life, and I didn't like it.
Oh.
I liked the show, but I didn't like what it brought up for me. How did you feel about being a third Frank?
it feels, it's good that it's ended.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so
My son is not named Frank.
I was just going to ask.
You have a son?
I do, yeah.
How's he
Not named
doing?
Frank.
Not named Frank. His name is Rafi.
How old is he now?
It's Raphael because we're still Italian.
Beautiful.
He is now 7.
Shut the fuck up.
Beautiful.
Wow. Time.
I kind of wish you'd named him
Wow.
not Frank, though. That'd have been cool. That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's ended. I gotta say, you got real Frank energy.
Yeah.
You got like a very artistic Frank energy. I was raised on, I don't know if we're the same age or not, but I was raised on Norm Macdonald's Frank Stallone series.
I'm 45. So
Nice,
we've How old are you?
I'm
If you don't mind.
40.
Yeah, so we've
40.
been through a large portion of vast changes.
Oh, many changes. Changes. Yeah. Wow.
That James Brown.
Is that James Brown?
It's David Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just fucking.
I didn't know. Maybe it was a cover. Maybe James Brown. Yeah. Changes. I just saw somebody else do a James Brown impression. I'm doing an impression of that impression. I don't have a good James Brown impression. It was Wayne Brady. It was a bit with Wayne Brady. Okay. Yeah. Have you enjoyed? I'm very fascinated by this. I feel like there's something about Frank is like that's like a go-to improviser's name. When somebody
like
says,
in a scene?
yeah, when somebody goes, yo, Frank, it's very, it's
He's
unfortunately
that guy.
clear where they're going.
Definitely not autistic.
Frank is
But he will say autistic at the expense of autistic
Yeah.
in a scene.
Frank is heroically coming here on the heels of just doing another show.
Tell us about this show, please.
Yeah, I'm in a show called Batsu. It's a short form improv show set inside the context of like a Japanese punishment game show. Like,
Okay,
so it's kind of like Silent Library, or it's it's like Jackass meets Who's Line, kind of a. But it's been running for a long time.
A really long time.
We've been to Edinburgh the last 2 years. So like, it's just like the vibe is fun. It's kind of like a party scene. And then people do see legitimately good improv, but like, you can't bat 1,000, but the Batsus take care of that because everybody loves seeing someone get shot with a paintball gun.
Nice. Okay. And you've been part of this for a long time. Was that what's the word I'm looking for? Was that like a leap for you, or is that right in your wheelhouse, that kind of show?
I think it's more about capitalizing on things when they happen, and like if it's moving along and going well, you just like take those opportunities as they happen. So like I've never been somebody who's afraid of taking a public risk to like make something, some kind of point artistically and stuff like that. It's a little bit hard to do that in a short form improv show sometimes. But, good short form improv can do that. So
nice.
So it's been like a job that I have had to like make money and get like really a lot of stagecraft and learn how to control audiences and things like, the intangible things. And I'm like getting paid to do it, which in improv
that's pretty major.
Awesome.
Really common.
That sounds awesome.
That is awesome.
So I just came off that show. It was a fun night. Pretty big house. I'm doing 2 more tomorrow.
2 more.
But yeah, you guys are kind of close by to me. This is like near where I grew up, this area. I still live in this area.
You're a native New Yorker?
Yeah.
Oh,
a
I
native
love it.
New Yorker. I don't know if
third native.
a third native New Yorker. I don't know if I
you're
knew
a third
that.
generation New Yorker.
I think I'm actually I'm like so far that like nobody cares because they're all
Wow.
dead.
It's all New
and
York.
I'm not into family trees.
I love
but
that.
I do have 8 relatives named Frank.
Wow, there's so many great things that are happening here. One is a great tradition of exploring people's names on this show. There's another great tradition of talking to New York natives. I'm a New York native. Yeah, I don't want to say we're rare. Based on the show, it doesn't seem like we're rare, but it's kind of a cool thing.
It is, of course.
in the
It's
improv
special.
world.
It's a special thing.
It's like it's like you're in a tribe together because like we know what it's like to grow up in this environment, and it really is unlike anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it gives you so many different points of views about life, and it's like you're so lucky if you grow up here, but so many people squander it.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to high school here. I moved away at 11.
Okay.
Came back after college, but man, I was just thinking tonight. I was walking along, I guess the FDR, trying to get to the train. And I was just like,
was it the FDR? You should know. You're from New York.
Yeah, I had no idea.
The James Brown song.
whatever's furthest there on the side. It wasn't the FDR. Whatever's
You grew up
furthest
in the
there in
Bronx,
Manhattan.
or
Was that?
did you grow up in the Bronx?
No, East New York,
Okay.
Brooklyn.
That's where my family actually on my mom's side is originally from. They're East New York. And then my dad's side, the family was all Italian and they were from Williamsburg. And then they moved to Ridgewood and I grew up there and went to college in Albany and then have lived in Ridgewood ever since.
Wow.
Because I want to die within 5 miles of where I was born.
Wow.
I like to fulfill statistics.
Do you have this? I mean, I'm sure everybody has this, but I think as a New Yorker, I can't fall out of love with this place. It just, every couple days I'm somewhere, probably someplace I've been a bunch of times before, and I'm just like, I can't quit you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like that tonight, and then I was like, even though it's getting like how it was in the 80s again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. Had to dodge a lot of things. There was actually cops on your block. I'm like, what's going on? And then there's just a like delivery bike smashed into the back of a car, but it looked like the delivery bike just ran into the car.
Whoa.
Wow.
So
So
it's
they were
kind of a
on
crazy
the
night.
scene.
On the scene.
Hey, and make sure I get a tip. Make sure you tip me.
Tip him, Uncle Frank.
Uh,
One of you tip him.
Okay.
Somebody tip me.
okay. I'm a little overwhelmed by this energy.
My legs
At
got
the
me pinned
moment.
in between the Corolla and the Bronco.
So shouldn't we get you out of this situation
Not
first?
until you tip me at least 22%.
This guy looks like he's ready to spring.
I got you your pizza on time.
Listen, if we put all our money together, we could get $1, Uncle Frank's.
Whatever you guys got to do, pool the money together.
Everybody
tip me
just,
well.
all right.
Wait, hold on.
I
What does
got
he
your
need it
money.
What did you say, Uncle Frank? What does he need it for?
He delivered us a pizza, and now he's gravely injured.
I'm pinned in between here.
How does that affect me?
I got my moped wrapped around my ankles.
Well, I mean, we should help, right?
You're some kind of uncle. You should be grateful. Chip into the community.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm fourth generation, so you know how it is.
This is little Frank, my nephew.
Come on, man. You got to understand this is a gig economy. You got to feed into the economy so you can bloom. And then I come and patronize your hardware store or whatever you got. Ah!
Here's your tip, sir. I'm just gonna call an ambulance.
You gonna give him that much? He fucking ran into the back of a...
I feel bad.
Oh, also a button.
If he wasn't delivering us a pizza, this wouldn't have happened.
Doesn't like the button.
You know.
Look down, sir. You need the button.
Oh,
This is not a...
some part of my intestine. Coming out.
Keep apply pressure. I'm calling.
I don't worry about it. I got this button.
I'm
now.
calling now.
Uncle
Franks.
Whichever one of you Uncle Franks. You all look exactly alike.
Well, we do have our gene pool is strong,
You
solid,
also, ma'am, you look exactly
sturdy.
Thick.
Yes.
Thick so as.
Yes.
Why are all of you wearing a shirt with Carl Weathers on it?
Well,
Scene.
That is accurate. That is how it was.
Yeah, very good. I love it so much. Frank, how do you find your way into the improv world?
yeah. How long have you been doing improv? Also, I'm curious to know.
Let's get
So
into it.
I went to high school in New York. Then I went to college because everyone from my high school goes to college, and it was obviously that I was going to go to college.
Which high school?
Townsend Harris High School, which is
Okay.
in Flushing, New York.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And then I was in college for criminal justice and journalism, and was
Whoa! I didn't know any of this.
yeah. And so I had no performing background at all. But after a couple of incidents that happened, which was my dad killing himself when I was in college, and then immediately the year after 9/11 happening,
Oh my
I reevaluated
God.
my life.
I'm like,
Wow.
God,
It was
this is
I always wanted to do this. Maybe I won't.
it's a little. The darkness, the irony is too rich and too dark. It's poetic. It's sad. I didn't even know how to describe
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's like you grow up from New Yorkers who are salt of the earth New Yorkers, and it's not even being an entertainer is an option. You know, they're still go to the city.
Yes, yeah.
So
Were you living the kind of life where the city was like a dream, a distant dream, or were you like, oh, I'll be in Manhattan every now and then?
yeah, I mean, I started working, I dropped out of school, started doing mics, and then was my whole life, I was I'm going to love to be a stand-up comic. And then when I did it, I was oh my God, I hate this so much. What am I going to do? But the only times that I ever really had fun was when, I noticed in the moment kind of thing happens and it's off script. And then I'm me, and it worked out. And my buddy was have you ever thought of improv? And I really didn't even know
Yeah.
about improv.
If you will let me trace this, for you, when that confluence of incidents happens around 2001, dear God, what a year for you.
Yeah.
Or more like it was like 4 years of floundering, just trying to make rent, and then having the balls to like finally take an improv class and like get some formal training and all that kind of stuff.
You needed laughter at the time.
Yeah, and like a supportive environment that is not my family, because Uncle Franks don't get what I do.
For you, is there a straight like, how do I put this? Can you mark in yourself like, I was like this and then 2001 happened and I became like this? Or were you, because I'm just gonna say you got a little bit of a like goth Sylvester Stallone energy. You got a little bit of like
energy.
Sylvester Stallone, but there's some meth happening. You got a little bit of like it's poetic, it's masculine, but there's a little bit of like yeah.
It's like soft druggy.
Yeah. Beautifully
also,
so.
are you comfortable in this stance, or do we need to raise up your?
No, I like
it's a deliberate.
I like to get weird. That's my number one thing.
There,
I've always been a kid who likes to get like push buttons and force people into positions. Not that to make them uncomfortable, but it inspires people to be different from their normal selves.
I just want to make sure that you're comfortable.
I'm good. I just did a show. I got to limber up.
Butterfly.
Got 2 more botsies to get electrocuted.
But is there a straight line, or was this always from inception? You had this sort of.
It's from a love of the thing. I think like. You know, like you see how it is. Like people come into like improv and comedy, and it's like, do they really have a thing that they love about it? And some of them do, and they stay, and then eventually they usually thrive. But you know, it's also, I realize it's all about moments that are out of your control, and you just have to capitalize on things that inspire you. So I've said no to very few things in my life. That's why I love this show. I watched a bunch of segments and was like, oh, they want to get weird.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to do a split.
Yeah, we
37
weird.
minutes.
So
then I'm going to be like, I have back pain too.
Yes.
You know,
I actually do have back pain.
Take care of yourself.
It's debilitating getting old.
But what was it?
Also,
there was something I just wanted to ask, and I lost a little bit of it.
Also, I can't stop staring at your incredible shoes.
Oh, it is a beautiful sneakers, beautiful colors happening.
What chest tape? I like to tip my age.
What? There's something right there. Okay, there was something about improv.
Sorry.
Improv journeys, capitalizing.
I distracted you with shoes.
That's okay. There was something in there. I can't find it.
Shoes was in there.
I just love this this sort of one of my favorite things about the show, Privilege, is I feel like part of the thing that I'm curating when I invite guests in the show, and lately it's getting weird, inviting guests in the show. Sometimes people ask, and I don't know them as a player, and I have to be like, no. And it's not about if they're good or not. I just don't know you as a player, and I want to know you or have a recommendation that I trust. But part of the curation is not just that the person's good. That's kind of like third. The bigger thing in front of that is I feel like I have a nose for the lifers, like you were saying. Whether young or old, whether they're a new player or an older player, but like I kind of like, well, this person's going to be nonsensically doing the same thing for probably no pay for a long time. You know what I mean? I can feel that on them as one of them.
It's like there comes a point where you're just like, I hope they love it.
Yeah. That's all I'll get out of it. Yeah. And so that's one of my privileges is to catalog this strange group of people who are just like, sometimes I want to be like, why are we doing this? Why do we keep doing this?
I do it because it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, well, the number one thing is like people who love to make their own selves laugh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are just super fun people to have fun with.
I agree.
You need playful spirits in improv.
That's true. Yeah.
Who or what? Maybe it's you. Maybe it's certain things you do. Maybe it's certain moods. But do you have a catalog of like, these are the things, situations, people, entities that have made me laugh the most? Can you catalog the same question for you, Aston? And I'll try to find it too. Like
comedians that I admire?
Like I know for me, Norm Macdonald my whole life has been making me laugh. Conan O'Brien has been making me laugh my whole life. Also, the surreal makes me laugh. Like I really love
Mighty Boosh and
not even that, because that's a little too pretty. I like like there's these memes. Okay, this is coming out of nowhere. I was about to say Eric Andre, but this is even more to the point. There's these memes of this guy. He whips up on a little moped. It's barely a motorcycle. He's wearing a microwave on his head, and it's open. And he gives you life advice, and then he whips the microwave closed, and he speeds off. And it's like the middle of East New York. It's not, or it's like Philly. It's not. You know what I mean? That's what there's no sense to it. He's wearing a full microwave on his head. You know what I mean? Like that. Those kinds of things for me.
He likes the surprise laughs.
Yeah, I love it.
What kind of laughs do you like?
Yeah. What kind of laughs are you living in, Aston?
So many people, like so many people I admire, but I got into comedy similarly. Like I was just so depressed. And it was the only thing that brought me like any kind of joy. And that's why I've, kept at it. And I've come and gone, here and there. Haven't always been doing improv, but yeah, I think it's because I needed to laugh. I needed to be around, laughter, supportive people. But yeah, when I was a little kid, like I really admired Carol Burnett was like really major for me as a little girl, Gene Wilder. And then, when I was like in middle school, it was when Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Maya Rudolph were on Saturday Night Live, and Molly Shannon, and like they just blew me away, and also in my real life, my grandfather was like a big personality, huge storyteller. And so I think there's something about that. Even he would tell bullshit stories, but like very theatrically, and the narrative didn't always make sense, but it was something about like just the quality of the story. Like you really, wanted to listen, and he was a really funny guy. And so like he made me laugh. And if I could make him laugh, it's like,
it was a big deal.
There's something here.
What was like a motif or a thing that came up a lot in his stories?
There was this one story about like an alligator, like someone jumping off a bridge and then being like eaten by an alligator.
Wow. I already like it. I already like it.
Yeah.
This is New York, right?
Yeah. Which of your Uncle Franks is the funniest?
Let's see. So my dad was named Frank. He wasn't really like much of a comedian. Like he kind of was like dad funny, Then so two of my mom's sisters married Franks. They're both Irish girls who married, three of them married Franks. So my mom,
wow,
one sister,
Irish and
Italian?
another.
Something in the air.
Wow, you are the
Frank.
most New York person I've ever met. My God.
God, yeah, it's so true.
You're like a walking Gangs of New York. This is beautiful. Yeah. And those guys are funny, or they're interesting?
Everybody in my family was pretty, just like, work a job, have a family, like, and they're all like, my family hangs out like way more than my side. Like my branch of the family is like the antisocial.
Okay.
I'm like, I hate threads.
Yeah. But they hang out.
They're all very close. Like two of them have already moved to Florida and together in the villages, and
Very nice.
I've heard tales about.
They all got tricked. The story that they were told was that you got to get out of the city, and so they spent their whole lives like, it's Long Island, it's paradise.
I'm telling you, I'm getting out of the city. I'm getting out.
It is time for us to leave. I have had it up to here.
Can't take it no
with
more.
New York City, and I want to be someplace warm.
Marlene, your hair was blonde when I met you. It's full white now.
Yes, I have grown old.
Full white. You're a young girl, 51 years old. You're young.
It's time.
You're young.
It's time for us to move.
You're young.
So
stop fighting.
Well,
you don't understand. This is my nephew. He doesn't understand life. 19 years old.
You don't
your
know
whole
nothing
life's
about
ahead of you.
You don't know nothing about me.
We got to get out of this city. You enjoy the city. You like the
maybe-
skateboard? You like what do you like? Fire hydrants? I don't know.
Maybe I'd like to get to know Philip a little bit before we pack up and move everything down to Florida.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. He's such a nice young man.
There's nothing to get to know. He likes IBM computers.
Well, that's
Playing-
interesting. I don't know anything about computers.
All the kids into computers.
Well, I've offered to teach you about computers. They're gonna be a thing.
I believe you. You're a sharp kid.
He's playing asteroids on the IBM.
I've been watching comedy.
You need to be nice to
Actually,
You watch comedy on the IBM?
Seymour. You
Yeah.
need to be nice to your nephew. You should appreciate him. He does a lot for you.
He's one of these city kids. He does just this.
You also were a city kid. I was a city kid.
I had respect. I was respectful when I saw my elders. I put down the IBM computer. I said, "Mr. Richards, Mr. Samuels, good day."
Philip.
I think that actually, nobody. If you I just think that I'm gonna do comedy, and I've been watching like a lot of kids in the hall.
Oh.
And a lot of Conan, and they're doing different things that are different, and I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna stay in the fucking city, bitch.
Yeah, wait, look at it, look
And you
at
can't
this.
have 100% of respect
Okay.
forever in life.
What, you watching these in the
All
library?
right.
You checking these out at the library on the microfiche? How you know about
Yeah.
these things?
Well, it's the 1990s,
Yeah, I'm fishing.
and a lot of people like to go fishing in the library.
Going fish in the library. You do that. And you can
Deep
do,
fishing.
You can do that in the
what do you-
library.
See, that's called comedy, and I'm good at it.
in
That's true.
Florida, there's
That really tickled
libraries.
my funny bone, Philip.
Thank
that
you.
Tickled,
That's all I'm trying to do. It
that
makes us
tickled
happy.
me.
That's why we want to do it, and that's why we can't move. We're going to go.
Philip, there's nobody in our family has ever done any kind of comedy.
Philip, I'm going to support this dream of yours.
Thank you.
He's a sharp kid. Look at this kid.
I offered you a job at the fish market, and you didn't take it.
He's into fish, not fish.
You're too into the fish. You're not into the fish.
They won't let you work with the fish if you work with fish, because if you work with fish, then you smell like shit.
You give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You give a man a fish, he's broke.
Most men can make fish appear on a hook, but most men can't make fish.
You can't fish.
You got to read a book if you want to fish fish.
Your hair is white.
Yes, I've grown old.
See? Wow. What a poetry we found there. I love that made me feel so good. Wow.
Like Carlin says, right? Comedy's all about sound, too.
Wow, yeah, it's beautiful musics.
Liked Carlin a lot.
Yeah.
You a big Carlin guy?
Carlin inspired me to like want to say something like in what I do. I think it's been like hard to find ways to not be heavy-handed with that now. And the environment's so sensitive that everything is like a minefield.
I think that comes with the Carlin kind of brush. I'm in and out on Carlin. When I was young, when you're young and you see, it's like this pillar of information and smart and wisdom, and you're like 12 watching Comedy Central, and you're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't like him, like I fully resonated with him, I think, but like he made me appreciate that like you want to like actually have a statement, that you're making about things. And like while I didn't find him like the funniest, like, general comedian ever, he just really inspired me to be like, hey, try to take things seriously in a way and then have fun with them to like bring attention to something. And I think you don't get a lot of positive reinforcement of those kind of viewpoints in like modern media today.
One of the things that I'm learning to appreciate about him is there's like a very soft clown in him, though. There's lots of faces, and he really used his body. He really got in there. It's mugging and
so rehearsed and so practiced. And
precision, but this precise silliness next to this like erudite, airtight, sharp logic and thinking is a beautiful combination. I really appreciate that he went those lengths to contort his body in those ways, to put those weird words together. So it's funny that my appreciation of him has gone in waves over my, because he's also ever present. Also, he was Mr. Conductor. Do you remember this?
I don't. I don't know him very well. I need to study up.
Yeah, because you're younger than us by quite a bit, right?
No.
But like enough.
Like a year
in my
younger
head, it's a
than
lot.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't be saying your age on air, but
I don't care.
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't bother me.
Listen, we all look beautiful.
That's true. Yeah.
But I do also appreciate that he was, at least in the 80s and 90s, I feel like he was everywhere. Bill and Ted. Was that not Grand Central Station? That's not what Shining Time Station.
That's where he was Mr. Conductor.
Mr. Conductor. And then his specials were everywhere on TV. I feel like he was in other things on TV. I feel like he played a dad on some TV show.
And he's like has a high success level of like being beloved in the movies he's into. So I'm like, some people are just likable.
Yeah, there is something very likable. Isn't he from New York?
Is he
from New York?
And I'm not sure.
He might be.
I don't know.
Or maybe he's from the Northeast, I think.
Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah, Google where George Carlin's from. I think he's from New York.
I'll ask the Oracle.
When you were like, oh, I'm gonna get into stand-up, can you remember who your guy was at that time? Who was your like?
I watched a ton of stand-up, man. Like, I was like Comedy Central at my Uncle Frank's house watching cable. My dad Frank was teaching. Like,
I know all about it. In that era, it's only a few. Maybe you got cable, maybe you don't. Yeah, I totally get it.
But I watched all of those guys and like every sketch show imaginable. I was like really very much into comedy when I was a kid, but like I just didn't believe in myself enough to really like make the choice, life kind of puts you in a box in a lot of ways, and this city is constantly trying to kick you out of its womb.
Yes.
I have the answer.
Okay.
Born May 12th, 1937, Manhattan, New York.
Wow, nice.
Good, that's a good get, you guys.
He's more New York than me. I'm leaving.
No. It's all.
No,
it's all
you're
the
equally New York. Every borough is New York.
You're equally New York. That's so beautiful.
But reference level, speaking of all this stuff, is crazy now. Like trying to do comedy, like in this environment, have you guys noticed? Is like the internet has become a thing, and everybody's choices of what they consume for like media and art and comedy and all that stuff is like coming from 1,000 different more lenses. So like you can make references that we would assume many people would know, and people are like, what? Who the fuck is Gilligan?
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That is true. I feel my age sometimes with references I make, but I also am feeling like one, there's more odds than ever that a young person will get an older person's reference because it's
because of that. Yeah.
Every time
you
sort
can
of
go
play.
fishing and fishing to find what you're into.
I'm also into, this is my attitude lately. I'm just like, whatever the perils or difficulties of the age that you're in present you with, I'm like, bring them on. Bring them on. I'm excited by it. You know what I mean? Like, if this was the 90s, I'd be like, let's do it. Let's try to get on network TV. If it's the 80s, I don't know what you're trying, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, I'm just like, because we're in the front of the future. You know what I mean? We're in a time that's never existed before. And I'm just like, yeah, how do I dance in here? I got to get on TikTok. Let's figure it out. You know what I mean? I'm going to figure it out somehow.
I feel kind of two ways because there's the like universal human things that we all share, that you can talk about. But also like I started my own open mic for people over 35 because
old to begin.
I felt like just so old in every open mic, where it's just like 22-year-old dudes talking about jerking off or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna make another world for myself.
Yes.
So there's also that. Anyhow, yeah.
What are your feelings? What are your thoughts about this? What are your meditations on this?
In what sense? Like
in the terms of the internet in this post-internet age, I don't even know what it is, but how to connect, based on the references that you have, how to connect with the audiences. Is it a struggle? Do you feel positive about it? Do you feel, what is I'm trying to say? Is it difficult? Where are you living with it?
yeah, is hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
Communication.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it's always hard. And like, I try to approach life now in the way that I'm like, I want to do things that will make the world more the way like I think it should be, which I think is better. And, but what social media is doing is like reducing everybody's attention span. So like you actually can't really get messages across anymore that aren't instant. And so it doesn't give it any time to breathe, whatever the art is doing. So nobody is then ready for like weirder stuff. And like, also I think people who are kind of anti-establishment by nature mostly get shuttled out, and the only guys who get in, like maybe like an Eric Andre, you know, who made success through stand up really, and then got shots to do kind of what he wanted to do, and it was super different. But I don't think that there's a risk taking nature in like mass media anymore. They just want, you know, kind of the same thing that it's been, the status quo, and they're losing to a worse thing. Like,
that's depressing.
It can be. Okay,
on good news, I do think people are more hungry for live comedy now, especially like after COVID. Like it seems like people are more enthused to be that. But I've also noticed that people have been on social media so much more since COVID that there's a lot of the main actor at shows, like
the main actor at shows,
like the main character, you know, like people all think they're the main character nowadays.
Yeah.
It's American individualism.
We're big on that. I do feel that is the thing that I feel like I'm actively, the work that I'm making in some ways actively trying to, you know, in some way, I think even with this podcast, like sort of some of the subliminal messaging of this podcast is not that it's a revelation, but like the subliminal message that I want to get to like other improvisers and other comedians is like, we're all part of this one thing. You know what I mean? This is we're siblings. This is a fraternity. There's whatever it is.
Community.
A community. And yeah, I totally feel that I want to like push against that individualism, which there's some merits to it. There's something that it's gotten that it, you know, there's something cool about that American spirit, but like, yeah.
Well, you don't have to truly be a person who finds an individual way of doing things. And like, to me, when I see everybody doing the same thing, like my nature is just to be like, is this cool? And if it's not, I'm like, I'm going to fuck shit up it, you know, I'm going to rock the system.
Arthur, we're practicing spelling now. Okay. Please. That's what we're doing today. We're going to practice spelling, and then in an hour, we're going to have milk and graham crackers. Please, we don't need you to rock the system.
Arthur, I think it's cool when you rock the system. I'm here for it.
But the graham crackers,
Lawrence, do not encourage Arthur.
But Arthur's so cool.
Arthur is in a meditative, calm state right now.
Okay, I like to rile him up.
No, but I'm about to spell.
Okay,
I gotta keep things straight.
Okay.
Ready for you to spell canoe.
Okay, I'll wait for your spelling to be finished.
Canoe.
Can you use it in a sentence, but not like a normal sentence? Be an individual about it.
I think it's like
I brought my canoe to the lake.
So standard.
So
standard.
I can try again. I'll try again, Arthur. That's I accept your critique.
Arthur, maybe you need to fire it up. Get it charged.
It's too early.
There will be a race at the lake of canoes. I will bring my canoe. It's a new sentence.
You could do it, Arthur. I believe in you.
Spell canoe.
CANOE.
Very good.
Sounds right. Good job.
Nobody's saying like that around any of the schools. I'm rocking the system in the spelling bee.
Yeah, please don't rock the system.
And I hope you're proud of me, because that's
so
why I
proud
do
of
this.
you.
I do it to make her proud.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. Florence, it's nice to make your friends proud, but not by rocking the system. I'm proud of you right now because you spelled canoe so wonderfully.
You got it right.
pushed me-
I know, I got it right.
You pushed me to make an even more radical sentence.
Well, these things are boring. You gotta keep people's entertainment. At a spelling bee, you start spelling, they're out in 2 seconds.
Okay.
True.
I would have been like C,
That can be
A, and then they would have been.
Arthur, don't light those on fire.
Arthur, light it on fire.
Arthur, please put the
Arthur.
matches away.
F-I-R-E, fire.
Don't spell the
You
name.
spelled
Don't
it right.
spell words of arson and violence.
Arthur, you're so beautiful.
Florence, sit down in your chair. Don't stand in your seat.
Arthur, I love you so much.
L-O-V-E.
I know we're a little young to be thinking of the future and everything, but you know, I can see it in my mind.
Arthur, where did you get an IBM computer?
You don't have to spell it out for me. Just because I'm into it. You don't have to pretend to be into this. I know you're not.
I'm so into it, Arthur.
Nobody's into
I'm so
spelling.
into you.
Nobody's into
God,
spelling.
I wish there were more kids in this class. See? That is beautiful. These scenes are making me happy. Very good, very good. What is your favorite part of the world that is not New York? Could be America.
Ooh.
Could be another country.
Like
Could be a
a-
place you've never been.
A geographic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, much like you, like I am pretty much tempo set to live here. So like
Yes.
I love going places, but like I'm like after 5 days if I'm here, like
Get me home.
Not
Getting
You
back
got-
to New York.
I need to get to an improv jam. Stat. Yeah.
I stole a DoorDash's bike to get here.
Yes.
I'll tell him it was someone else.
Yes. Needed. Yeah. But have you been someplace where you're like, ooh,
You know,
I am
at Italy,
tempted.
I kind of did feel
touch the roots.
Yeah, I did really feel that way. I was like, oh, I kind of like it here. I probably lived another life here at some point.
What was the thing that you saw that you recognized? Either somebody did something, you saw some piece of art. What was the thing that you're like, oh fuck, I am from here?
I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's just like, it's like a feeling of familialness, you know, like I'll recognize people who are from New York, like real quick, but like, being like in an environment that it feels like it's distilled through the way you were brought up, you know, it's kind of like the cadences, the way people speak and like all that stuff.
There's something so comforting about Italy. I feel like even if I went there, I'd be like, oh,
The pasta.
I would feel at home somehow. I don't think there's any Italian in me, but I'd be like, fuck, I'm home. I just feel that
yeah,
way.
it seems pretty great.
Yeah.
Don't call the rotini noodles.
Okay. Ooh, not. I love a good gnocchi.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I love a gnocchi. I feel like it's too. I love rich foods too. It's not good for me.
I want to catch all those pasta Pokemon, you know?
Catch them all.
So delicious.
Catch them all. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. How about you, Aston? Do you know what part of the world that you're? Yeah.
Well, I have a big trip coming up. Yeah, I'm going to Japan for the month of June. And I'm so excited. And I don't travel like super a lot, especially for such a long period of time. But big birthday for me this year. Big birthday for me.
Oh, you're a Gemini. Yes. June
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm going to do this in another country.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Oh, this is 4-0 for you.
yeah.
Woo.
Woo, what? Whoop, whoop.
Wow. 40 in
So I'm so
Japan.
like, it's somewhere I've always wanted to go. You know, it's just, I love the culture. I love the food. People I have met who are from there, I love them. I love, there's just so much to love. And it's like, it's that place on the map my whole life where I'm like, I have to go there. You know, it's hard to explain that kind of a feeling. But anyway, I'm really excited to go and have the adventure.
Sounds
I
beautiful.
hope it is amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like as a comedian in New York, like my sacrifice has been travel. I'm like, I gotta pay my rent. I gotta do fucking 3 improv shows and then
Yeah.
just never travel. And once I started doing it, it was really beneficial for my whole outlook on life. You know,
Wow.
it fuels you, like they say, and all that stuff. So
That's helpful for me to hear because I have done very, very little of it. And my dad, which it sort of surprised me. It seems out of character for him, but my dad is like, get out there. He never said that to me when I was young, but he's like, get out there.
There's a whole world out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I get that thing of just like New York. I'm just like, I can't leave.
mhm.
I'm going to get behind on something. I don't even know what. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I love New York, but yeah, there's more out there.
The mascot of New York is really the Statue of Liberty's anxiety.
Yeah, she does have a look. It's hard, and it's hard to describe.
She's serious business.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a heavy. It's like I'm holding this light for you, but it's not easy.
Mm.
It's not easy to hold this.
Yeah.
It represents a country's morals and values. You'll keep them, right? You'll keep them, right? All the morals, all the values. Will you keep them?
I promise. I swear.
I will.
I swear.
I'll try. But I want everything that I've been promised by this beacon of liberty. Is that how I'm going to feel after I like get all cleared to come in, you know?
Well, let's be clear. You're going to get turned into a statue.
Oh.
So this is the end.
Oh, okay.
Is that the price of being American? Because I'll take it.
Can I pick like a position that's comfortable for me? Do I have to hold an arm up?
No, there's not going to be one. Do you know how long you're going to be here?
It seems like
You're standing on a pedestal.
It's going to be a long time. It seems.
I'm okay to be a Statue of Liberty. Let my children, as long as you let my children in the country too.
Yeah, let my entire family. I'll do this.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
Sacrifice. That's the first test. We already knew that.
Oh.
I hope you know that I'm committed.
As am I. We're equally committed.
Yeah.
It's not a commitment competition.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, you didn't flinch when I told you you're going to be made a statue. So that's a good sign.
I didn't flinch.
No.
I can deal with it.
I didn't flinch an inch.
Yeah.
Because it ruins it for tourists if you move.
Never will move.
Right.
Because I'm doing this for my whole family. I'm committed. If you want me to, work overtime, also, I'll do that.
All right. Well, what accessories are you going to bring with you? Because you have to symbolize your morals and values. So
my passport.
We didn't finish this part because this is the part you bring to it as an individual.
I'm gonna wear the sandals and the gown. I'm gonna have the torch and is it a book? Is this a book?
Well,
it's a book.
You should probably be more sure.
I got one button-down shirt. It's not ironed, but I can steam it in the bathroom shower.
Is it an Oxford?
It's not.
Better not be.
It's not. Okay, it's not an Oxford. I can assure you that.
We don't like them here.
I'll be honest with you. It's just a polo shirt, and I'm gonna close a vest so you can't see. So you can't see that.
So you're gonna let
no English shit.
You're gonna let my family run free here in these United States if I just do this statue thing.
Yes, and make it clear it's gonna be a French project.
Okay.
I bought the shirt in England. I'm sorry. It's the only one I got. It's wrinkled. Also, it's wrinkled. I don't have another shirt.
How dare you?
It is. He's right. It's Barbour. Barbour shirt.
It's not even.
It's English. It's high fashion.
Yeah. I bought it at an outlet. It might not be English.
We're gonna go with the book.
Okay. What is the book? What does it say? It says something.
Am I out?
I mean, probably.
I'm in. Booyah!
I thought this wasn't a competition.
All right.
I want to be a Statue of Liberty.
Don't distract her. She's gonna keep this pose for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Put me as an ornament on the front of the ferry at least.
Might keep it a little lower, cooler.
Just think about patinas.
I'll be a buoy in the Hudson. Just let me do something.
Sure.
Which arm is it?
He could be a buoy.
Is it this one? Is it this one?
God, you look so majestic. Just get like a steamroller and roll me into the pavement of the Verrazano. I'll do it. My God. She's already turning green.
She's bronzing. The bronzing's going well.
Oh my God.
Cool. I can't breathe. Beautiful bronzing. Yes. No, don't.
It's an honor to give your life for your country.
You look scared. You look Don't look scared.
You ever seen The Hurt Locker?
Yeah.
Scene. I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
It was such a big deal in the aughts. Was it the aughts?
The aughts. What a time.
What a time.
What a time in our lives.
I feel like we've gone to so many beautiful places tonight. Gosh, and I really feel like I know I've seen you around before. I can't believe we've never gotten to know each other before.
Yeah, because you're in North Coast, right? Like
I was in North Coast.
Yeah.
I stopped playing with it maybe almost 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago.
I auditioned. I can get on. Richie Alston got on.
He
deserved
it. Were you rap as well?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got into rap. Well,
born in New York,
you
rap. We all rap.
But
you were born in the 80s, you rap. If you're from New York and you're born in the 80s, you can rap.
This is a juicy issue.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, I'm a white guy from New York who raps.
Yeah. White,
but it ain't normal, obviously.
I'm sure you would have been good.
Saudi Arabia, we all rap. Everybody raps.
There used to be a show in the basement of the Triple Crown called Hip Hop Debate, which a bunch of us made. And it was like the idea was, you know, like roast battles are like already everybody's doing them. So we're like, oh, why don't we just like pick a topic and then somebody can go for it against, and the other person is forced to go the other way.
Yes, I remember people talking about this shit.
So there's like all those North Coast classes were happening at that time. So there was like a lot of people doing it, but I don't think there's too many left.
The basement of the Triple Crown is like such. It's like such a. You said it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm there. Like the smallest stage, right? Ever. Like you're like walking all over each other, and then the room itself, right, was very narrow.
It was always in a vastly different state.
But I mean, like it
was in whatever state you were willing to.
Is it still? Does it still exist? The Triple Crown?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, the Triple Crown I think exists, but the basement is not there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an era of New York improviser where your nationality is the basement of the Triple Crown.
Yeah, I mean it had a long run. It was like 15 years.
I mean, but you said it, and it's like I saw it. I was there. Like I'm going back.
There's a lot of feelings when you say that.
Oh
phrase.
man!
If you're an improviser in New York for more than the last 10 years.
No show was ever good, but we kept going back.
A lot of feelings.
They happened.
Mortifying silence at times.
Mortifying. Hey, you're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener supported radio. Thank you for listening. Your support keeps us going. Hey, RFB is a community-based nonprofit organization that exists primarily in donations from listeners. We're 501c3 charitable, so all donations are tax deductible. Donations can be made at radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate. Hey, Frank Angelini, you want to read one of these? Just speed through it.
Is that tip callback?
Yeah.
Tip callback. What are we reading?
Do the third paragraph. Just speed through that, bitch.
Verbatim read?
Verbatim read.
Radio Free Brooklyn is a 501c3 nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide a free and open platform for our community
Microfiche.
and promote media literacy, which means you'll know what feech means. Education, you'll know what feech means. Free expression, I'll use feech however I want. And public art, feech can be art. Fight me on it.
Yeah.
We rely primarily on contributions from listeners like you, obviously, to keep us going. So if you believe in our mission and would like to show your support for our Making Believe, please consider making a one-time donation or
Keep it in.
Yeah.
Or donate a monthly pledge. We're going to waste a bunch of it on gauze now to radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate. Every cent helps us continue to stay on the air. Please help support independent individuals doing community media by pledging whatever you can support. And remember that RFB is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So all donations are 100% tax deductible.
Let Aston hit one of those paragraphs.
And that's a relief when you live in New York.
Yeah, let Aston hit
let
one
me
of them.
let me
one of
hit
them
the
things.
end.
Yeah, let Aston hit one of those endings. This is beautiful, Frank.
Follow RFB on social medias. Make sure you follow Radio Free Brooklyn on our socials. We are at Radio Free BK on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. To keep up with the latest on upcoming events and all things RFB Live, please check out radiofreebrooklyn.org/events. Woohoo!
TICKTOCK.
Those beautiful times. Yeah, I can't. But where were you? Where were you mostly based out of? Were you a Pitt guy? Were you a Magnet guy? Were you UCB guy?
Started at the Magnet, then ended up at UCB.
Then you did your own deal.
Yeah, that was a weird, long tangent story. How are we for time?
Wait a minute. Yeah. We got 4 minutes. I want to hear this story.
Okay, so there was
Frank created his own improv.
What?
Improv
Come on. I want to hear about
Program.
this.
There's another moment of
Yeah.
just, divine jump on the chance. But there was this company called eGarage who was going to do streaming comedy shows and like have a business plan and make a bunch of money. So they put this short form team together, which I auditioned for and got on the team.
I forgot that's what it was called.
Yeah, and then
E-Garage.
they started expanding their programming, and it was doing good because people were like, "Hey, we're about in the Triple Crown basement." And then like people
100%.
started to kind of believe in it. It was in Long Island City, so like it started to get like nights where good indie teams were playing. Like Britt Lauer from Severance was on one of the teams.
Yeah.
Like so. Then they went out of business, and the owner of the theater they were operating out of was like, they broke the lease, Frank. This British guy, Richard
It was
Mazda, who gave me
sad.
this opportunity, but he was like, they broke the lease, so I want to continue what you're doing, and they're fine with it. And he's like, would you like to run the eGarage? And I was like, no, not the eGarage. Change the name immediately. So I named it the Queen Secret Improv Club. And then it was just kind of like suddenly thrust into running an
What year
indie
was
improv
this?
theater.
2012.
This is a while ago now,
Yeah.
like 2012 through 2015.
Yeah,
Wait, you were running that?
every Friday night. Yeah.
Jump on the chance. Jump on the chance.
Won't you take this opportunity?
Jump on the
Such
chance.
a major opportunity.
Comedy was meant for you. New York, New York.
You're ready for the big time.
100%.
Capital. This should be the capital.
We'll do improv shows every morning, and in
yes.
the evening we'll go sledding.
And I'll make no money for doing it, but make many
It
contacts over the
sounds
years.
very fun.
It looks beautiful. We'll share an apartment, a loft bed.
Yes, all three of us.
All three of
All
us.
three of us. Any form goes.
Jump on the chance. Very, very beautiful. I will build a ladder that we'll use to climb into the loft bed, and we'll sleep in shifts, and each of us will run the Triple Crown
I'll take
Theatre.
the first
No,
watch.
Steve Ling runs that. We don't fuck with.
Never fuck with Steve Ling. All right, Steve.
Shout out to Steve Ling.
Shout out
Shout out to Steve Ling. It is a thankless job. That is exhausting. So
the,
Steve Ling,
the impresario.
Steve Ling's
the
coup
Triple
d'etat
Crown.
of the Triple Crown.
So, Frank,
I'll say it.
can we find you on the internet? Do you
Yeah,
have
you
like
can.
you have 2 shows tomorrow? We
Can't
want
believe
to.
we
Yeah, you
just talked about the Queen Secret Theater. I wish I could have talked about that all
That's
hour.
how
Okay.
That's how we.
Well,
met.
I live
Yeah.
right nearby. Have me back if I didn't go crazy on you.
So
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Yeah. Please tell us how to find you. And
So I'm on Digressive Styles on both TikTok and Instagram, which was a COVID project where I just did a lot of freestyle raps in a year. Like I think I had
Yeah.
1,800 tracks on this one app.
amazing.
And at least 100 of them are pretty good.
Yes.
I'll take
Suck
that percentage.
North
I gotta
Coast.
check that out.
Yeah. Okay. Digressive Styles. I love that. And those are still up.
Yeah.
Are
and
you
I-
friends with Pedro Lee?
Yep. Known Pedro for many. Pedro was in eGarage.
Shout out Pedro Lee.
E-Garage.
Shout out. No suggestion.
Yes.
Guess Pedro Lee.
And you have
And Pedro's a longtime partner is in Batu also. It's a small world.
and you have 2 of those tomorrow, right?
Yes, yeah. So I'm usually in Batu like Thursday, Friday, but I always say if you're listening out there, I will donate you a comp ticket if you want to come see
Oh,
Batu.
hey,
Nice.
take
It's a
him up
fun
on
show.
Drink
it.
up on that. Tell us about what you got going on.
Oh my
Aston.
gosh. I'm Aston Hollins. You can find me most places on the internet at Aston Hollins, AstonHollins. Every first and third Tuesday, you can come to the Old to Begin open mic if you're over 35 years old, and it's a variety open mic. You can bring in whatever you want. Also,
Otto Shrunken Head.
Otto Shrunken Head. Next Thursday, I'm doing the Benny Winner improv show, which is like a talk show, Jerry Springer spoof
Shout out
improv
Paul
show. Paul, I'm forgetting your last name. Ralph, where can
Galata? I don't know.
where can we find
God bless
you
him.
on the internet?
I have an album out right now called
It's very good.
Only One Time See You Laughing. You can only get it by sending them to my email list at preciousgorgeous.com. When you go there, you can also find this podcast, No Suggestion. And please do that. It's a really cool album. I produced it. It's dedicated to Prince Rogers Nelson, shortened to Prince. And that's it. This has been No Suggestion. We love you so much. Thank you for being here. New York forever.
Yes, thank you, Frank.